Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV. I hope you guys are well wherever it is that you may be around the world. Make sure that you smash that like button as always, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're new also, please. We are on the road to 4.6k, closing the gap to that magic 5k subscribers. I can't do it on my own, though. I need you guys to help me get there. So please share on all your socials and let everyone know that we're going live right now. We're going to talk about all the news that's been happening in the last sort of 10 to 12 hours in regards to Roman Abramovich. That is what we will be starting on today. We'll be also delving into the Luton versus Chelsea game. That will be open, though. The lines will be open for you guys to come in, and we'll do our predicted team lines up later on and talk about how we're going to set up in that game. But we're going to start with Roman. We're going to go through some bits. I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions. Then I'm going to delve into a little bit of history between Luton and Chelsea, open the lines, do the lineups with you guys as well. So make sure that you stay tuned. Get yourself comfy. It's cold and windy where I am. So make sure you get yourself comfy, get yourself ready. And yeah, let's cue the intro, shall we? Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV. I hope you guys are well wherever it is that you may be around the world. And it is a dull week. The rain kind of sums up the feeling around Chelsea Football Club at the moment. A lot of news coming out in the last 10 to 12 hours. Straight after the back of my show yesterday, where we were talking about Roman Abramovich and potentially him not, hopefully not selling on and etc. And it's just all exploded and gone the other way. And that's why we're going to be here to talk about it, understand it, break it down, get your thoughts and opinions. We're going to talk about the Luton game a bit later as well. A bit later in the show, open up the lines. We'll be doing the preferred 11 as well together. Started a little bit early today because I wanted to get a couple of hours in before I shoot, because I have got to leave before 2. So big up everyone. Let's try and get them likes up. I want to slowly wait for people to get in before we start, because it's going to be an interesting talk. It's going to be an interesting topic. Let's see what people were saying in the chat. Big up to Concierge of Crime. This is big up Gems. Uncertain times ahead for Chelsea. Hopefully we don't lose Roman. It's looking peak, I'm not going to lie. I've said a number of times, and I said it on yesterday's show as well, that I don't actually believe that Roman wants to leave Chelsea. I don't believe that he's choosing to want to sell the club. I feel like he's potentially being advised and being forced into a corner to having to do so at the moment. It's a shame. It is a shame if it does happen. There is loads to go through, though. There's loads of little articles, tier ones have come out. So there's a lot of truth in what's been said in the last 10 to 12 hours. We are going to break all that down and go through it together, and then get into it a bit later on in regards to Luton Chelsea. Darkness has arrived. Yes and no. I think it's going to be interesting to see if Roman does sell it, who and what type of billionaire will take over. And it all really depends on that billionaire that comes in, their attitude towards the football club. And it can go two ways, guys. I keep telling people this. It can go two ways, because we could have the next owner that comes in, spends a lot of money, pumps it in well, continues the infrastructure and system that is currently set, which Roman has put, allows them to continue to do what they need to do, but just slowly sort of gets involved with it. And the second option of it is that he ruins the football club. And you end up having the same situation as what the likes of Man United and Arsenal are currently suffering with at the moment. So it can only go two ways. I wouldn't say it's doom and gloom. It could, for example, had the adverse effect, new owners coming in. It could be the same instance again as maybe what happened with City. What could potentially be happening with Newcastle as well. So there's a lot that is in the unknown, and I feel like as fans we are in the unknown. Should we be worried? Should we be panicked about the news in regards to Roman Abramovich? Of course, because I guarantee that every single individual that is currently tuned in right now would not want him to leave. We don't want to lose him. We're not going to find, and I may be proven wrong, but we're not going to find an owner. We're not going to find an owner who is as as interested as he is in the football club. You know, it's gonna be what is going on here? Sorry guys, I'm just trying to do something. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be weird times for Chelsea. It definitely is. Big up to Stephen, RD, Undertaker CFC, Super Tommy Tuchel. He says American owners with finished fam. Well, Swiss owner potentially with American investors. He seems to believe, and that's him coming out that Chelsea are pushing to sell and trying to Roman's trying to get as much as he can in terms of money and value. And look, I understand why he's doing it. I think he is slightly worried in regards to the sanctions. I don't feel like he would be doing this if he wasn't thinking about the football club to a degree and maybe himself, because there's a lot of money that the football club still owe him in terms of debt, should we talk about? Because what Chelsea have lent, or he's lent Chelsea, should I say, in the regions of 1.5 billion, and that's without the total value of what we said the the club is worth as well. So, we're going to get into that. We're going to go through all of it in a second. Imagine if you have an American owner. Fair game is what Ram's saying. Will the panel be joining them? Yes, of course they will. We're going to be opening the lines for the panel to come in soon. We're going to be doing the panel in regards to the Luton game, going through the news that Tuchel brought out in terms of injuries, and do our 11 as well. But to start with, I'm just going to delve into this Roman topic talk, and then we will get into the whole scenario with Luton versus Chelsea. Roman is not selling Chelsea, is what Undertaker for CFC saying. Lewis says, get an owner that will resign AC. Oh my God. Just take the guy out of your brain for once. If Roman leaves Chelsea, it would be a big loss of Chelsea. I agree. It would be a big loss for us. And in terms of big loss, it's not even just the financial aspect, because you could have an owner that comes in that is maybe richer than Roman, but it's how they spend the money and if there's any interest like Roman had. Will we have the same owner or owners that come in that will have the same interest in the football club as the likes of Roman Abramovich? I don't think so. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Big up to CFC Stephen. We're going to come to that news soon. Stray, big up to you, my man. Pedro Neves says, how are we letting an 86-year-old take over as he's 10? Well, this is why he's getting 6 investors, Pedro. He's getting 6 investors because he's 86 years old. Probably needs the money, but also if he takes over and he drops, no offense, if he drops dead tomorrow or next year, the investors would probably take over that have officially agreed to take over Chelsea from the outset. So it kind of just get passed across the line. There might be stuff behind it. How true it is in terms of this Swiss owner, we'll have to see. Can Chelsea forwards actually find the target against Luton? Roman has been the best Premier League owner since the introduction of the Premier League. And I would go far to say that is true. I would say that Roman is for me, in the Premier League, in terms of owners in the last 20 plus years, has been the best owner of this football club. And you might get a bit of bias from rivals and that, but the truth is we have been so successful since he's come through the door. We've won more trophies than any other football club in the Premier League currently. And before he got sanctioned or blocked to come to Chelsea via his visa, he was always attending the games. He was always there for the games. Have you ever seen Kroenke sitting there watching Arsenal? Have you ever seen the Glazers sit there watching Arsenal, showing the interest? No. This is what I'm saying to you guys. There was a lot of an emotional attachment. This must be really hard for him. This is not only just a business for him, but this is his hobby. People forget this is Roman's hobby. I don't like selling it to multiple investors. Better to sell it to one single owner. Call the Arab money. Yeah, let's not rule out the Arab money. Do you know what I mean? Kick Lewis out. I can't kick Lewis out. Even though he blocked me yesterday on his own show because I said something about Christensen. My guy, smash the like button. QNTV in the house. Big up to you. Kazim, we will be opening up the lines as well soon, so you will be able to come in. So let's get into it, yeah? Let's get into it. Big up everyone's in the chat. Keep getting them likes up though, please. Let's try and close that gap to 50 likes. Why I'm going through is because I can't keep going back and forwards with it. Now, it all started yesterday. When I was actually on Lorenz's channel. Now, if you don't know Lorenz Vescoli's channel, go and check it out. It's his name as well. Right, Lorenz Vescoli. We were sitting and doing the Luton preview, and this come up. And Pies, who initially broke it, exclusive, kind of shook me because I was so into the Luton thing, and all of a sudden I got sort of dragged away, and I'm looking at this, and I'm like, what? And I I spoke to him and some other people back. I DM'd them directly about the situation, and they said that this is pretty concrete. And the fact that it's come from Matt Law, and I know Matt Law has had his up and downs, but he is still a respected journalist. When you talk about the tiers, he is tier one in the game. Then you know that there's some sort of meaning behind it. There's no way in hell that I believe that Matt Law has come out with this news just to cause chaos. And if we read it, breaking: Abramovich will receive bids for Chelsea Football Club by the end of the week with at least 3 parties circulating. They believe Roman has no other choice but to sell. Roman has turned down a 2.2 billion bid and would expect the 1.5 billion to be covered. Remember when I was talking yesterday, some of the stuff that I was reading, you're going to see as we go through these comments, because it was more and more all the way up to today. A lot of what I said yesterday in regards to if he does sell Chelsea, how much is he going to want to, how much is he going to want to value it at? Of course, he's going to throw in his debt. This thing of it, he may not do that and write off his nonsense. If there's a billionaire that's maybe even richer than who he is, who's willing to buy that debt, which I get, why would he want to have a hole in his pocket? He will cover it. But I was very clear and adamant that I believe that if it was to be sold, it'd have to be in the regions of around 4 billion. Maybe between the 3 and 4 billion, but 4 billion is what I thought it would be. Now, you're going to see later in these comments that this does come up, and it is actually confirmed by Matt Law as well, which is quite interesting. So we saw this, and I thought to myself, wow. 3 parties. And then I thought to myself, well, depending on what they offer, he may still not accept it, because I do think he's going to want what I said. Some people tell me he's going to accept 1.52, etc. I didn't think he was going to do that. I do believe that his hands are tied. I do believe that he may have to compromise. So even if he's willing to take what he wants, which is the 4 billion, I do think that there might be some sort of leverage on it because of what's going on with Russia, the sanctions. He doesn't know when they're going to come knocking. He doesn't know when they're going to freeze his accounts. He doesn't know, maybe that's all playing in his mind. And maybe that's why it's being pushed so quickly into this week to try and, again, as much as I don't think he wants to sell it, he's being forced to sell it. He's protecting the football club. He's worried that it will freeze the assets. He's worried that it will freeze everything that's related to this club. And unfortunately, it's making him, it's putting him in a position as an owner to basically pull himself away from it, because there's just too much heat on him. And because there's too much heat on him, that means there's too much heat on Chelsea as a club. And you've seen it. The journalists are, in my eyes, targeting that, using all this Russia war to a degree to push the narrative against Chelsea Football Club to a degree. I think they are, personally. Not all of them. I'm not talking about every journalist. I'm just talking about certain individuals, especially the ones that are still crying and calling out for him to be sanctioned now so that he can't get away with what's happening with Chelsea. For some people, and I'm going to say it, so from what I've read in articles, some of these people that are calling for Roman to be sanctioned are not only calling for him because of him being Russian. They know that it's going to not only affect him, it's going to affect a bigger thing, which is Chelsea Football Club. And deep down, I think some of these people are weird, and actually, that's what they want. It's not even the whole thing of just him being sanctioned and frozen accounts. It's the whole after effects and what he's linked to from a footballing side. I do believe that. I do think that is the case. Over 62, you guys here. Make sure we smash the likes, guys. We're going to fly through these topics quickly, but that's what we heard originally. And then from that news, we then jumped on to this. Abramovich would be unable to sell if his assets became frozen. Lawyers have said, meaning the situation could change rapidly. Basically, get it done quickly. It's like his advisors are telling him, I think you need to get it done, because maybe from what they think or have heard or understand, there is a potential that it could happen anytime soon because of the pressure that is being put on the government in Parliament to get this guy frozen. So, again, I think his lawyers are only again trying to protect him and even the football club to a degree as well, and saying to him, look, you might not want to sell it, but you ain't got no choice, mate. You genuinely haven't got no choice. If you don't sell it, you reap the demands of potentially then freezing not only your potential accounts, accounts in the UK, but any assets that are linked to you. And we saw it yesterday when we spoke of it, and VJ came on and we broke it down, Foldstrom, etc. We went through all the documents specifically. He is supposedly the leader, shall I say, of these entities. So it will be everything that's related or linked to him as an individual that would end up suffering. And one of them would be Foldstrom, and supposedly Foldstrom's the one that inherits and splashes the cash into the club. So I get it. I do get it all. American investors in particular are trying to secure what is considered what is one of the most prized assets in the world. Chelsea FC's Abramovich stance is he doesn't want to sell, but he's fast moving. But he doesn't want to sell, but it's a fast moving situation. Basically, it's moving so quick because it's such a big deal that he's got lawyers down one ear telling him sell, 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 just in basically because of the sanction side. On the flip side of it, you've got his heart, his soul, his love, even knowing that he hasn't been able to come into this country and watch us, even watching us overseas. You'd even saw him at the Club World Cup there, celebrating, part of the team still. You've got that side of him that's just like, I can't let go of this. This is my hobby. This is my football club. And I do hope he doesn't sell it. I do, but if he has to sell it because he has to protect us, then I fully understand it. I fully understand it, and I hope nothing against the man that has put us on the pedestal to where we are today as a football club. Because where we are today is because of this man. Without this man, I don't say nothing, but we are nothing what we are today. We're not the beast. We're not the animal. We're not that individual club that we've made. This big billion pound club that we are now, with all of the best players that have played across the last 20 years across European football coming to our football club. Wearing this shirt, playing for this badge. This was all linked to this guy right here. And it's sad. It is sad. It's sad and it's upsetting at the same time for me. It really, really is. And if there was any way that he can get around not having to do that, and I do think the foundation being set up was that, was the answer of him not trying to sell it and trying to find loopholes, which I still think he may try and do before he makes this decision, then it's fully understandable. And at the end of the day, and Lewis is here as well. Big up Lewis as well. It's not really an ideal situation anyway. And like I keep saying to you guys, he doesn't want to sell it. He maybe feel like he's forced to sell it again to protect this football club, something he continues to do since he came here, and it's quite saddening. I mean, Lewis, Roman news, from what you heard to yesterday, we're going through it one bit by bit so you can join me on it. But how do you feel about it all, man? It's a little bit dejecting, isn't it?
This week is fucking shit, man. I can't be bothered. Whole week stinks. I didn't expect it to be this quick, where we get to a point where he actually is going to be putting the club up for sale. But we're here, innit? Like, all I care about is, do we get left in good hands if he leaves?
Yeah,
and that's going to be the deciding factor for me. But it all depends on the owners. Like this Swiss guy that's meant to be interested, he can't even afford the money that Roman wants, and he needs 6 investors.
Well, we're going to get to that. I've got a couple bit of recent news that's come out on that, actually, in regards to 3 American investors potentially going in with him to try and get it. But we're going to go through it bit by bit. This is why,
respectfully, no American owners, please.
Don't need American owners.
No.
Well, the only American owner I'd like to have is the one that I've written my tag here potentially, because I just think it would be cool to be,
which one?
By Tesla, Elon Musk.
Oh yeah, you know what? He might be all right still.
He'll take us to the moon, bro. Do you know what I mean? Or we'll be flying. We'll have our stadium in the air soon with Elon Musk.
No stingy bastards begging you, man.
Elon Musk is, he's
probably. But also getting an owner that appreciates the players that are on our contracts, so he can get AC the contract he deserves.
Is that what you've come in to say? Come on, are you doing a stream later?
If Roman doesn't want to give AC the contract, get him out the club because he ain't got the right minerals for this club.
All right, let's try and get through this because we've still got to get to the Luton preview. I don't even know how I'm going to get to that in the time that I've got left, but because I have to be quick. So it was talks about Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and I don't know if you remember, Lewis, but a little while ago he was linked to potentially buying Chelsea. Was it 2 years ago, if I'm right in saying? I think it was around 2 years ago.
Yes,
roughly.
I think around the transfer ban.
He was talking about potentially offering Roman the money at a time when he wasn't allowed. I remember this happening when he had issues with his visa, and people were using the thing of, well, if he can't be here and watch Chelsea, then he might look to sell. And then obviously Sir Jim Ratcliffe come along. He confirmed that there was discussions between him and Roman about it as well. And in terms of net worth, I mean, they're pretty much near enough the same. Ratcliffe's 13.2 billion, and obviously Abramovich's net worth is 13.6 billion. And Ratcliffe currently owns Nice, is it? In France as well. I didn't actually know that, to be fair. So interesting stuff.
Nice aren't in a good place anyway, to be fair. Yeah. Although that's what I've heard. I don't know.
Yeah. Is he one of the three potentially that have been offered it? I don't know. But what I will say, and we're going to get to it, I think soon, actually, it's the next comment after this one, actually. It says here, Abramovich is trying to sell his villas in England. He also wants to get rid of Chelsea quickly. I and 3 other people received an offer on Tuesday to buy Chelsea from him. Damn, guys, he's really selling. And the guy that actually announced that was an 86-year-old Swiss billionaire called Hans-Jörg Wyss. Is negotiating to buy Chelsea. I have to wait for 4 or 5 days.
86 years old, you know.
Yeah, I know. Roman Abramovich is asking too much. Chelsea owes him $2 billion, but they have no money. I'm not doing this alone. I'll have 6 or 7 investors. Now, for me, Lewis, when I read him say, I'm not doing this alone, that just tells me to a degree that he ain't really got the dough that we want. And at 86 years old, asking for another 6 or 7 investors to back it, I just don't like the idea of being owned by about 7 different people. Why can we just...
No, he's going to watch Alonso play 3 times and he's going to pack it all in. We need something long term. What is this shit? Fucking hell, man.
Apparently this morning. We're going to get to it, guys. We're going to get to it because I'm going to refresh it in a second if that's what Pies is noting as well. So then this guy pops out and says, and then, that he's interested in buying the football club. He's 86 years old. Chelsea willing to do so. He's not willing to pay... Because when you think about it, right, Chelsea, he's not only got to buy Roman's debt, which is all right, up to 2 billion, but the value of the football club is anything between 2 to 3 billion. Now, I said yesterday that I don't think Roman's going to accept anything less than 4 billion. And I don't think there's many billionaires out there that are willing to do that unless there's these Saudi princes or this Elon Musk, for example, who I think...
Good. Cut out all the shit ones.
Yeah, exactly. But then you've got this one who's probably got a bit of money on him. He's a billionaire, but can't afford to invest that much into the club. And then maybe once he's at the club, potentially start providing us with money to, inject money for us to buy players. Maybe he can't do that alone, which is why he's got these investors from America. And who these investors are, I don't know. But I don't like the idea of us being owned by different investors. Telegraph Sport has been told that Roman Abramovich wants to receive offers by the end of the week, and at least one of the parties approached will make an official bid. So he's saying that that's from Matt Law as well. He's saying that one of the 3 parties will make an official bid. And this is where we start getting closer and closer to who that potentially could be, because it says Chelsea is up for sale. Roman wants 4 billion, but it's understood he can't only accept to receive bids in the region of 2 billion. So again, arm tied behind his back, lawyers down his throat saying, we might not have time for you to just not sell, even if you've got a good offer of between 2 to 3 billion, because
Roman's just got to ride this wave, in my opinion.
But if he rides the wave, Lewis, and he gets heavy sanctions as it's frozen, Chelsea Football Club as a club could be froze. Then what?
No, but isn't that the whole reason why he's distanced himself anyway, to prevent that?
No, but we were going through it yesterday. On the accounts for other entities, so there's other entities that are linked to Chelsea Football Club. He's not specifically down as an owner of these entities where the money's coming from, but he's put himself down as the main man in terms of like responding to it. So basically, everything still goes through him, but he's just not on company's house. And it's written on I brought it up yesterday actually with VJ. It was written on these recent end of year accounts that Roman Abramovich is still responsible for pretty much the ins and outs of Forstrom Limited. So any assets that are related to Roman Abramovich would be frozen, and Forstrom is the company that supposedly, from what I've been told, pumps the money into that football club. It's an entity that's been set up to pump the money through. So I don't know.
Can't we make another one? Just do some money laundering or something.
Well, that's what do you know what? I said this, right? There's so many loopholes and he could do it. And obviously his lawyers must know the loopholes and what he can get away with. But let's really say right, that the heavy sanctions kick in, they freeze his accounts, yeah. He hasn't got no UK accounts, he can't do any, he can't send any money from where he is to the UK, so that means he can't support the club. I would just go and buy somewhere in China. This is what I would do. Put my money into that business and then just sign that China business to Chelsea. And just, you know what I mean? Just send it through another way. Like there's so many loopholes. He could go and buy another player, provided he's not sanctioned in any other country. He could just go and buy a random place in China, you know, not put himself down. Or he could, I mean, he could be like a part owner of it, put loads of money into it, and then from that Chinese company, they could tie that to Chelsea Football Club. Chelsea could have an agreement with them where they're like an entity of the company, and just send the money through that. Do you know what I mean? There is ways around it. There is ways around it, man. 100%.
Yeah, like, I'm sure we could. We don't need to lose Roman. We really don't. Please,
Roman don't want to. I keep telling people. Obviously, we all know this. Roman's not.
We ain't gonna get an owner that cares the way Roman does. So
no.
Personally, I'm not interested.
Roman doesn't want to sell the club. Yeah, he's just being forced to do so, and he's doing it out of the protection of the club. And you know, maybe the lawyers are forcing it down his throat and saying, look, if they come knocking the door, we can't. We've got no answer to it. You're going to get sanctioned. We can't defend it, and Chelsea Football Club will be targeted. And maybe that's in the back of his mind and making him make this decision like he is this week, where he's putting the club up for sale, trying to listen to people's offers. I don't know.
What Roman should do is he should quietly give the club to one of us and then just feed us money to deal with the club's business. It's like, right, Jem, you own Chelsea. Here's 100 mil. Give it to the board. Tell them to get these players. Here's another 200k a week. Give that to AC. Re-sign this contract.
Yeah. I mean, I wish it was that easy. You'd think being that he's a businessman as well, Lewis, you'd think that he would know all the ins and out loopholes. Anyway, it's not as if Chelsea have been clean with him at the club for the last 20 years, is it? Let's be serious.
Yeah, well, we've all been dirty. Every club has.
Yeah, we all have. Yeah. So this Hans-Jörg Weiss has 3 American businessmen behind him and wants to buy Chelsea. Negotiations are taking place and the deal could be done in the next few days. And that's coming from, all right, it's not a big, I don't know who this guy is. He hasn't got many followers, but he's into international politics, whatever. But how true that is, I don't know. You know, I'm not going to take everything that's said legit. And I keep telling people this, don't read everything and think that's correct. But if that is the case and there's 3 American businessmen backing this 86-year-old, we're fucked. We are actually fucked.
That's a very good idea. Ojo says we should get Fatta to take over the club.
Did he really?
Yeah, I'd be down for that personally. Even though it would just be the bridge would be renamed the Timo Werner Stadium.
Guys, we have over 160 people here and we've only got 40 likes. That's not good, man. Come on. If you want Roman to stay, smash the like button. If you want Roman to stay at the football club, smash that like button. Come on, let's get it up. Get up to 75 likes. Let's go. There's some more news coming in because people are writing it in the thing. I've not got to it yet, but I'm slowly getting there. Roman Abramovich's asking price is said to be £2.6 billion and is preparing for a total exit from the UK economy. But then that don't make no sense because the guy that offered him the Swiss guy offered him 2.2 or 2.3 billion. He turned it down. So that don't make no sense to me. How can he want 4 billion but accept 2.6 billion, Lewis? That makes no sense.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Unless
it's 2.6 billion up front.
Yeah, exactly. Where is this? And that's all I've got for you guys in terms of price. But some people are telling me that there's more news. Let's have a look. See if we can find it. Come on, what are we saying?
What news?
This is Saudi Arabian prince. Apparently, there's a Saudi Arabian prince that's interested. Who is it, viewers? You keep saying it. Who is it? Because I can't see it on my timeline.
Oh, those kids got fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, the truth is, Lewis, if he has got to sell it, and he does do that eventually, the new billionaire that comes in, it's either going to go 2 ways, right? We're either going to go down the route of what happened to the Glazers and the Kroenke in that having a billionaire that comes into the football club. Well, no, we got to address it. Comes into the football club.
Don't. I just imagine some fuckery like top
doesn't
5-0 at the bridge or some bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't care about the football club. Doesn't really watch it. Just they're just wherever they are in the world, just getting on with life. Or
just top 4 merchants.
Or you bring a billionaire in that, all right, doesn't have the same emotional, reaction in the way that Abramovich has had in the last 20 years, but is heavily involved, trying to do the right thing, investors into the club when we need to buy. This can go two ways. This can definitely go two ways. And this is why I keep telling people, don't think it's doom and gloom. As much as it feels like it, because we're not going to find someone that's emotionally attached like Roman was, it is hanging in the balance still. What do you think, Lewis?
All depends on the owner. Give me a shameless pimp that's just going to throw money at everything. I don't want someone who's going to turn us into a top 4 merchant and just basically become Arsenalized within 15 years. I'm not here for this shit. And I'm worried that would be the case. Give me someone. I want us to get a Saudi owner like Newcastle, and we could be even more shameless.
Yeah. Oh dear. I couldn't see anything about Saudi from Pi. Someone said I've got the link, but where is it? Send it to me then. I have the link, Fraser. Send me the link, bro. Send me the link before we move on from this. Oh, wait a sec. I got it here. Thank you, DJ SavJ, for that. So let me just quickly jump into here. So Saudi Prince.
Oh, you got it up now.
Saudi Prince Al-Walid bin Talal bin Abdulaziz has expressed interest in the possibility of buying Roman Abramovich's Chelsea in the coming days. He has a desire of owning a football club in Europe. So, and that's from Al Jazeera Sports News.
Oh, fuck, mine's a fake account.
Is 39.8 billion, apparently.
Yeah, my source is a fake account. It said Saudi Prince Al-Walid bin Talal has backed out of talks. It's believed he suffered a fatal stroke after watching a few clips of Mason Mount and Lukaku attempting to play 5-yard passes to each other.
Oh my god! Do you know what?
Oh,
right? I don't know if you've seen, but the rivals are loving it. They're actually sitting there like
they've been waiting for us to get mudded, so they're jumping on any small thing possible. It's not even that deep.
Yeah, it's not even that deep. It is, because the owner that comes in could really fuck us or could make us more.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's an if.
Yeah, it is an if. It is an if. And for them to say it's a certainty, the one certain thing I would say is that we're not going to find an owner that was as emotionally attached as Roman Abramovich was. I can tell you that. That's a fact. But look, whether it's a Saudi prince, whether it's whatever his blooming 86-year-old name, can't remember the guy's name, or if it's another American owner, whoever Roman decides to sell this football club to, I do think there will be some sort of heavy terms upon it. I don't think he'll just take his money and leave it. I think he will try and make sure he leaves it within the best interest of the football club. I think he will talk to these billionaires and try and understand their motives for the football club, where they stand with it and what they want to do with it. I just don't see Roman Abramovich just saying, all right, give me the money, see you later. I think he will really have our interest best to heart. Some people were saying the likes of Marina Graviskaya won't be at the football club once we have the new billionaire. I don't think that's the case. I think the foundations are set. I think people don't understand that this has took 20 years to build where we are today. And we've got to a point now where Roman, should we say, trusts the individuals that are currently at the football club. And I think he will try and push the new billionaire who comes in with the money to keep what they've built in terms of the foundations that have been set and how it all operates and works. And, the new billionaire can slowly sort of just understand and learn and then, as time goes on, be more involved if he wants to be. If he don't and he just wants to give money and he wants to let them run it, I'm cool with it. I'm actually cool with that, because at least we know that the foundations are still there. But if he comes in and starts saying, right, you're leaving, I'm going to bring this one in, we don't need you, you get out. The only part of that area that I would agree with is the scouting department, because our scouting department is shit. Ross Turnbull was one of our main scouts across Europe.
Okay, now that makes a lot of sense.
This guy was our third goalie, bro.
I've been wondering who's in charge of these horrific scouting options that we've been picking. So
yeah. So it's It's all interesting stuff, guys. I mean, we do need to try and get onto this Luton Chelsea game today, which has kind of been dimmed because of what's going on with Roman Abramovich and that. But we'll go through some of these comments.
Managed to snipe a ticket to that as well. See, I managed to find the spare for that. It's like fucking.
I've been looking for ages. Do you know I'm only like 40 minutes from Luton? I've been trying to look for one the whole time. I've just come there myself. But...
Chill around the ground, like someone will pop up with a spare.
What, drive to Luton and look for a ticket?
Go to one of the away pubs. It's what we always do. Someone has a spare all the time.
Okay. Ray Allen says Roman will still be supporting Chelsea from away. He's still investing into Chelsea and wants to be around Chelsea, even though he's no longer the owner. Yeah, but he will still be a Chelsea fan, but his whole involvement will be gone. It's. But the other thing people don't realise is Boris Johnson's actually quite good friends with Roman Abramovich. That's why these sanctions haven't come as heavy. I know the Everton boss has been frozen, isn't he, in the EU already? The chairman of it. What's his name? Usyk, whatever his name. I can't remember the guy's name. But yeah, he's had his accounts frozen as well. Prince Andrew can run the club from Pizza Hut in Guildford. No, Rodrigo, man. What else we got? There is no time to find out their intentions, Jim. Roman is focused on protecting his fortune and his assets. Yeah, fortune and assets and the club. It's not fortune and just assets. And the club being his assets. Yeah, fair enough. If we sell, we upgrade enough of the negative talk, is what Heiko might. He's confident. And the one thing I've seen across Twitter is a sort of a mixed reaction from the fan base. Some people saying we're all right. I don't know why you're panicking. If he sells, someone else that comes in is going to be richer than him. We're going to be run fine. Do not panic. On the other side, some people are saying, oh my God, if he goes, it's doom and gloom. We're going to be over. We're going to be the new blimmin' Tottenham. I don't think we'll be that bad. Do you, Lewis?
Nah, we have European trophies.
We have pedigree, mate. We definitely have the pedigree. Will Roman Abramovich's daughter be welcome in Russia after insulting Putin? I don't know. You'd probably think so. I mean, that's again too thingy for me, so I wouldn't be able to answer that. But yeah, guys, I'm seeing loads of stupid people who don't want American owners. A lot of American owners are quite interactive if they're like FSG can put a really good structure. Do we think FS3 have a great structure at Liverpool? I mean,
Liverpool fans don't like them, so
yeah, I don't know if I agree with that, MG. To be fair, I've not seen any real. Can we think of any American owner that owns a football club that is running the club really well? Kroenkes ain't doing it. Glaziers ain't doing it.
The best one would be the Glaziers, because at the very least, the Glaziers invest. They put money into the club. They just have a shit scouting system and shit people in charge.
How much do you think the Newcastle new Saudi owners are punching themselves right now with everything going on with Chelsea?
Yeah, they should have waited. No. In spite of whether they should have waited or not, it still would have been a dispute as to whether they could take over the club or not.
Yeah.
But now they've done it. They've opened up the gates to everyone else.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure they've got a brother or a sister or something who wants a football club.
Yeah.
So come take Chelsea.
Yeah, come take Chelsea. Roman Abramovich's asking price is said to be £2.6 billion and is preparing for a total exit. Yeah, we've read this already. There's not any real much more news to this. I don't really want to. I mean, it's going to continue through the day, guys. I can't sit here and continuously keep waiting for news to come up because it keeps just coming thick and fast. But so Lorenz, Lorenz, didn't you? Lorenz has commented.
Yeah,
saying,
big up, Loz.
Big up to Loz. He says, I will say my Swiss girlfriend tells me Der Blick has a pretty poor reputation in Switzerland in terms of not being particularly reliable. Of course, the interview by Hans-Jörg Wyss is real. He said what he said, but in general, don't think of them as a high quality source. So, interesting. So he seems to. I spoke to Lawrence about this before. He seems to think that this Swiss owner won't happen. He just thinks it won't happen whatsoever.
I'm fine with that personally.
So I'm like, we don't need that, bro. We don't need that. Big up to Eric Brew in the house. I think Newcastle owners can still buy Chelsea, Gem, because London is better geolocation than Newcastle is. They probably could. I think they've got something in the regions of like 300 and saying odd billion pounds. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, tell that owner go buy Chelsea and then just throw Newcastle to your cousin or something. Be like, here you go, happy birthday, mate. Here you go. There's Newcastle.
Well, if they get relegated, why you ain't gonna be able to invest your money into a championship team? So buy another football club that's competing at the top level, like Chelsea, and just
the level of stat padding they could do in the championship would be ridiculous. Probably bring Zlatan in for a year or some bullshit.
They won't go with it. Actually, the money talks, isn't it? To be fair, so that makes a lot of sense. Listen, guys, make sure you continue to smash the like button. Over 200 of you here. Thank you for obviously being here with us as always. We do need to somehow start talking Luton, Chelsea. There is a game today, guys. Even irrelevant with everything going on, there is a game that I still haven't previewed yet. So we need to start talking about that. I will open the line soon as well, get you guys involved. But before we do that, this guy's 86 years old. He wants to spend his last years watching Werner and Lukaku. That'd probably give him a heart attack in itself, to be honest. So probably end up killing him off sooner rather than later, watching them two up front.
Oh, yeah. You watch Alonso for one game and think, yeah, I'm not buying this club. Ain't worth it.
This thing of people who are sticking up for Marcos Alonso now saying that we should give him a new contract because he played so well against Liverpool. It makes me feel sick as well. I mean, people are still saying that, to be honest. But anyway, if any new big news pops up, guys, we'll definitely come back to it. But we are going to go delve into the Luton Chelsea game. And quickly, we're going to just go through some bulletins about the Blues' game against Luton Town. Let's see. In terms of history, Chelsea have had 5th round FA Cup draws, has matched Chelsea with Luton in the competition twice. So we played them twice in second successive year. Kenilworth Road, we have lost on our last our last 2 visits and 4 of the last 5 between 1980.
What the fuck?
We failed to score in all of our 4 of these defeats as well. Blimey hell, bro, man.
Oh my gosh.
Bro, this is a stinky stadium, bro. We could go there and struggle tonight. Since January 97-5, Chelsea have won once in 13 away matches against the Hatters, losing 7 and drawing 5. That win came in December 1989 when Kevin Wilson 2 and Kerry Dixon secured a 3-0 win. I didn't know that, and this is why I like reading these, because I genuinely didn't even know that. Like, we've actually got a stinky record against Luton, man. That is bad. Chelsea have won our last 2 meetings with Luton, both in the FA Cup in 2021 and 1994. I think Lampard played him, didn't he, recently at home, if I remember?
Last season.
Yeah, 3-1. Tammy Abraham. Yeah. Chelsea versus Luton in the FA Cup. Oh my God, these are the scores. 1926-27 third round, 4-0 Chelsea. Then it was 1-1, and then 1934-35 we lost 2-0, and then we won in 1993-94, and then obviously won in 2020-2021. The biggest win at Kenilworth Road for each team was Luton beating Chelsea 4-0 in the Division 1 in 1956-57, and then our biggest win was 4-0 again back in 1976-1977 as well. This was the team that last played Luton and beat them 3-1. Doesn't say who scored the goals though. It'd be interesting to know.
Tammy hat-trick.
Was it a Tammy hat-trick that game?
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah, Tammy hat-trick.
Tammy hat-trick. The 3-1. What else have we got? What's all this? 6 quarterfinals. Chelsea are hoping to reach the quarterfinals of the FA Cup for the 6th time in 7 seasons. The one thing I would say about us is we're really good in cup competitions, in most cup competitions, aren't we? We always have good records in them. We always seem to get quite far, and then we just lose in finals or semi-finals. 55 wins. The Blues have progressed from 55 of their last 57 FA Cup ties against sides from a lower division. So we've only lost 2 out of our 57 games against lower division teams. Again, no big surprise. Our last 7 FA Cup ties against Championship sides, we beat Barnsley 1-0, Luton 3-1, Hull 2-1, Nottingham Forest 2-0. Some people can't do that, can they? Like the likes of Arsenal. Chelsea 3-0, Sheffield Wednesday. Chelsea 2-0 against Nottingham Forest again, and 4-0 against Hull as well. Oh, give me 2 seconds. My missus is coming upstairs with my food, isn't it? I can hear it. 1 second.
Right, so you just left me here. Right, guys. Seeing as we're taking over, everyone in the comment section tell me how and why we should be re-signing Christensen to a new 6-year contract. Just let us know in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to GNA TV and all of that. Let's go.
That's why it's good to have a wife, mate. It just brings you food upstairs, you know, rice and chicken.
Love to hear it.
Yeah, so yeah, let's fly through this. Milestones. Oh my god. Christian Pulisic makes his 100th appearance for Chelsea at Wembley on Sunday. Marcus Alonso is playing in his 200th next appearance will be 200 for Chelsea, becoming the 26th overseas player to reach that landmark, Lewis. Marcus Alonso breaking records. As always. Luton stats. We'll do a little bit of Luton stats. Sorry, guys, I'm eating as we talk at the same time, and because I've got to eat. I'm eating more because I'm training. Luton stats. Best season in the FA Cup, runners up 1958 to 59. Semi-finalists in 1984, 1995. I can't bother for all this. So this season they're sitting sixth. FIFA Cup, FA Cup 5th round. Carabao Cup, they're in the first round still. So they're in all cup competitions themselves. Their top goal scorer is Adebayo with 13 goals. And Cornick on 8 as well. Naismith has the most appearances at 33. They've won their last 6 of their last 7 games in all competitions as well. Only lost twice, so they're in good form at the moment as well. And as you can see, they're sitting 6th in their league on 54 points as well. Bear with me, guys. I think we're done with this. Sorry, I'm eating while I'm talking with you guys. Right, let's talk about team news because Thomas Tuchel yesterday, and we saw that mad interview came out with while I was live with some pretty heavy stuff. Not one real question about the game. He got questioned about what's happening in Russia and Ukraine, and you saw his reaction because I put his reaction up yesterday on the show. He isn't a happy man, and I back him for it. I back him massively for that. You know, some of the questions that were being asked against him were absolutely ridiculous. And these journalists, and it's always English journalists, to come out and ask him about questions in Russia and Ukraine when he's the manager of the football club, he has more things to worry about than, you know, not in a horrible way, but then to be talking about what's going on in which something that he probably doesn't have a clue much on about is unfair. And because we have a Russian owner, these journalists seem to think that they can continue to ask these stupid questions of our manager. And Lewis, do you not? I mean, what Tuchel done yesterday in regards to that question in regards to the Russia and Ukraine thing? Do you not feel like he was right in his reaction? Should we say?
Yeah, because they don't really care what Tuchel thinks. They just think about what they can switch into a story. Like Tuchel might have an opinion on it, but even he knows it's not really a relevant opinion. Like, it doesn't change anything. It just adds more fuel to the fire for the most part. I think he's handled it as well as he could, but you know what these journalists are like. They'll just keep pressing until you get a response. So I'm not surprised he didn't like go crazy or anything, but he did have to be stern in his approach. And fair enough. And big up Cream Soda as well. You're absolutely correct. Andreas Cinderella, because like we always say, the boot fits. Re-sign him at all costs.
This is absolutely big up to Real Chris in the house as well. I told you this, Lewis. I told you this is what he says to you. What did he tell you, Lewis? What did he tell you?
I don't know. Something about Werner being a good finisher.
Well, he's a love Werner, isn't he?
Or something about Kepa. Yeah, Derek, it's a shame, innit? But it's because we fucked up with our wage structure for the last 4 years, and now
I wouldn't be too worried about it, to be honest, because we've got an even better defender coming in the name of the Crown Jewels, who will want to play for this football club and wear the shirt. I like that one.
I mean, our guy would be a lot better if we just gave him the money, but it is what it is. Instead, we're giving Barcelona the keys to rebuild.
Do you genuinely not think that Chelsea have not tried to negotiate with him and give him what he wants? I actually just think he wants something new. I genuinely do. I don't think he wants to be anymore.
I find it very, very interesting that we know what Rudiger's been asking for and we know what's been offered to him, but we don't know what happened with AC. And why is that? Why? Probably because the wage is shit.
Hang on. He accepted them wages twice.
He accepted it the first time. Then he came back and said no. Then he said he would agree, but with a lower contract extension. I think it was only going to be a 2-year extension, so he could negotiate again at a later date and get the higher wage that he deserves. And then it was just straight up no. It just makes me believe, in general, the opening wage was shit. Like, he's on 85k a week. I bet they offered him something like 120 or something along the lines of that.
No, that's wrong. If they've done that, then that's wrong. But if he's trying to push for what Rudiger's having, then he has to leave. I'm sorry. He shouldn't be getting.
I think they both should be on the same wage, personally.
Why?
They both play at the same level. You can have a debate whichever one you think is better. I can hear people say Rudiger's better. I personally think AC's better. Both of them are at the same level, though. So they both should be on the same wages.
If AC's better, why does Rudiger play more games than him?
Because Christensen's not playing because of the contract extension issues.
And if AC's that good, why can't he play in Rudiger's position then?
I don't know why, to be honest. Tuchel said he could play all across the back three. But Rudiger's got that left-hand side on lock. Which fair play to him as well, because he's been brilliant in that position. We ain't going to try sugarcoat it.
He's world-class.
Absolutely. But that entire back three to me is world-class. That back three is the safest back three that we have.
Yeah. I think Christensen, Thiago Silva and Rudiger are our best three defenders in the three. 100%.
That is the best back three, best defense in Europe. And we're letting two of them go because we gave other players who are shit higher wages, and now we can't be asked to deal with the consequences of those actions. So we're letting the good ones go. That was the point.
Guys, over 200 of you here. We've only got 58 likes. Let's get this up to 100 likes, please. We are going to be doing the 11 very soon as well, so make sure you stay tuned. Rudiger has definitely performed better than AC, is what the Liquidator podcast is saying.
Rudiger's played more than AC, but in terms of performance, no. Both have been ridiculous when they've played. Both of them. It's just one plays with a lot more passion than the other, so it gets noticed more. Let's be real. England is just filled with passion merchants, and they like that sort of stuff. Which is why Rudiger gets more credit, in my opinion.
Chris says that the reason Rudiger demands more is because he's older.
Yeah, because he wants that final big payday. I mean, fair enough, but both are in their prime years. So, I don't think it's the case. You could argue that
Christensen's still got one big contract year in him, isn't he? And Rudiger, he hasn't. This is like
Rudiger's both have one big contract in the AC. Probably has two, to be honest, with his age.
Well, he's 26, isn't he?
26. So yeah, you could look to do another extension around the age of 30 or something, and that would be your final payday.
I think they're playing at the same level as well, but Rudiger just has more intangibles attached to him, like his leadership plus character in the dressing room. I agree.
Okay, you know what? That I actually agree with.
That's a fair comment.
That makes sense. But I don't think that's enough. That I actually agree with. Those sort of stuff Christensen doesn't bring, but Rudiger does. But I also don't think that that's enough to give a massive extension. Maybe it feels like he had 10, 20k over him because of that. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a case where he should be getting 150, Rudiger should be getting 200, 225. That's bullshit. It should be very close to each other.
Christensen has more blatant errors leading to goals and is weaker, more injury prone.
Like what?
Rudiger is more reliant is what Liquidator podcast is saying.
Again, myth. Like what? What errors leading to goals other than the second goal against Zenit? There's nothing else, or unless we're going to go at him because he didn't block that Bowen shot in time, which, to be honest, was a great finish.
You're bugging. I think your internet's bugging or mine is. I don't know. It might be mine.
It's my internet. Yours is clear to me.
Yeah, you're all right. It was you. I think you just cracked for a second.
Oh, is it back to normal?
No, Lewis, you're so wrong. You can't compare Rudiger with Krusty. Yeah, Nick is the Rudiger lover, though. He loves Rudiger like you love Krusty.
We definitely can. Definitely can. They're two different styles of defenders, which is all the more reason for me to keep them both because their styles mesh well together. You got one that's more aggressive and you got one that's more calmer. It's perfect.
Bring me Mars FC all day, bro. I want
Liverpool.
In the air.
A man brought Liverpool up from 2 years ago when he's gone and won two. The man
more recent one than that. You can talk about the Man City
Man
away.
brought Liverpool from 2 years ago when he dropped 2 man of the matches at Anfield in the last 12 months. Like, what? Oh, my gosh.
Christian's giving the ball away against Barca 4 years ago. Gives me PTSD. That was bad.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. That gives me PTSD as well. But that was 4 years ago.
Saying Rudiger as better. All right, fire.
I don't blame people for saying that, but I think both have been on the same level personally.
Back to the game. Back to this game. Obviously, Tuchel's announced that Reece James is unlikely to feature at Kenilworth Road. He's also mentioned the likes of people like Thiago Silva may not be able to play.
Apparently, we got a lot of injuries.
Hakim Ziyech is not available. Mason Mount's not available. Aspilicueta's not available. Rudiger's apparently Rudiger's available. Sorry, Christensen's not available. So no Aspie.
Do you want my spare then? Oh, fucking God.
No Aspie, no Christensen, no Ziyech, no James, no Mount, no Ziyech. That's 6. I think there's one more as well. 6 to 7 players. Obviously, Ben Chilwell's missing as well. So there's a lot of players missing from that game. Obviously, you can understand why Chalobah's missing with them stitches, to be fair, as well. So, yeah, apparently he had to have a penis surgery at half time, saying it was that bad.
What? Like he had to have stitches on his cock?
They genuinely had to lay him on the table and stitch him up before he come back out on his penis. Yeah.
So it wasn't like the side of his groin or nothing.
No, apparently he grazed his willy.
Fucking hell, man. He's a warrior for playing on through that.
And he took a penalty as well. Big up to Chalobah.
Yeah, you know what? He might be Chelsea through and through.
I like Christian just saying, we read this already. Mendy at centre back, then rush goalie. Yeah, do you know what I mean? I think Mendy will play tonight, to be honest. But yeah, in terms of injuries, guys, we are missing a lot of players, but we are going to do that, obviously, quick 11. We are going to run up the lines as well, get you in as well. But I do think, Lewis, that we will end up playing a 3 at the back. And the part of the reason why I think that is because we're so limited in the numbers of defenders. No Chalobah, no Aspie, no Christensen. We've only got
you think a back 4?
Back 3.
Didn't we switch to a back 4 though when we had centre backs out?
Yeah, but who's going to play? But we haven't got Chalobah, Aspie, Christensen. So who are you left with? Rudiger and Sarr.
Yeah, so like there's only 2 centre backs.
That's what I'm saying. But who plays in your 2 left back and right back then?
Alonso and fucking hell, who plays on the right?
So I would say Kepa in goal. We can agree Kepa's probably going to go in goal tonight.
Yeah.
I'd say we play Rudiger on the right. This is what I think we're going to do, yeah? I think we're going to do Rudiger. Then I think Malang Sarr will play in the middle. That sounds really fucked up. It sounds really fucked up right now. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking hell.
And I think Lewis Hall will come in because he's been training with the team. Even though I can't bring him up because he's not on here. Fuck's sake. I think Lewis Hall, you know Lewis Hall, didn't you? I played against Chesterfield. I think he'll play.
Yeah.
I think it'll be Lewis Hall, Rudiger, and Sarr, but how he does it, I don't know. Will he play Sarr on the right? No. You can't play Rudiger in the middle.
Rudiger's got to be in the middle for me. Yeah.
No, but he's left-footed. He's going to play Sarr in the middle. Watch.
And I'm guessing, what's his name? The other guy, Lewis Hall's going to be left-footed as well.
He's left-footed, yeah. Lewis Hall's left-footed
No,
as well.
right.
So what are we going to do? Guys, if it's blank, it means that I'm putting an academy player in there. Because they're not on here at the moment. But Lewis Hall, is it big up to Dylan as well, man? Nice to see you.
Big up my guy.
Bro, nice to see you in the house. Reece James, 45, Aspie, they're gone. They're both not available, bro.
Yeah, I'm not sure. There's no other right back option. Fuck's sake.
Yeah. Unless he brings one of
Someone said Kennedy. Kennedy might be a good shout.
Well, no, I think unless we play, well, that ain't going to make any difference anyway. Even if you put Alonso back there, you're still going to have the problem with Sarr and Rudiger. Unless you play the back 4, but then you ain't got no right back still. What the fuck are you going to do? They're all left backs. Sarr, Lewis Hall, and Alonso. Fucking left backs.
Mm.
Unless you play like Alonso right back. Imagine that. Oh my god.
Oh fucking hell.
All right, let's have fun with it. Let's say Kennedy. Is he even still on here, Kennedy?
Yeah, no, because he was in a Brazilian team, weren't he? They don't have those teams on FIFA.
I should have just done the other one, shouldn't I? Because we've got so many players out. So Both of our left mids and left backs are either Lewis Hall and Alonso. I think Kennedy. If Kennedy don't play tonight, Lewis, I don't think he's ever going to play for Chelsea. This is the one game.
Oh no! Anyway,
he has to play. Right. What about right wing back? Because I'm thinking Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Yeah, fuck it. And like just whatever with Hudson-Odoi, really.
Are you done with him? What's your thoughts on him as a player at the moment? Do you feel
I'm not done with him. It's just he hasn't impressed me since he's had the game time that we've been begging for him to have, and it's just clear that he needs a loan spell. I'm not finished with him, but I said he needed a loan spell over the summer. I just feel vindicated on that mark.
Yeah, I'm the same as you. The one thing that drives me mad with him is his inconsistency, and I always stress it. He will like be really great, and the next minute he's absolutely dog turd. So,
but it's our fault. We should have loaned him when we had the chance.
Yeah, Lewis Hall's been trained with the first team, so he's going to start. I think Lewis Hall will definitely start. In the middle, I think Jorginho plays tonight. I don't know about you.
Yeah, you know what? He only came on for the last 15 minutes, so yeah.
Who do you think will play next to him? Ruben Loftus-Cheek or Sal Niguez?
Sal. No, Ruben. If anything, you could see Ruben and Sal.
Nah, I think you'll play Jorginho. I think because Jorginho didn't play much against Liverpool, I think you'll see him.
Nah, because for me, like Jorginho's been burnt out to fuck this season, and like I get he's had rest, but I'm not wasting him for this game when it's Wednesday, right? Yes, Wednesday. We got Burnley away on Saturday. Yeah, fuck that. I'm not playing him.
Well, you don't think he'll play him? Yeah, but
I would just play him. I'd rather Sal and Ruben.
Sal and Ruben, yeah. All right, we can do that.
Sal and Ruben for me.
But it's just such a weak. Oh my god, this team has.
It is, but like, do you remember we've got so many fixtures coming up and so many injuries.
Do you remember that Zenit game where Christensen was obviously playing in the middle of the three, and then like the whole team was so disjointed they'd never even played. We had like Ross Barkley in midfield as he was sitting.
Yeah, but then we had like, was it Saul at left wing back? We had Reece in the middle. We had fucking. It was just players all over the place. Like this one at least has a bit of structure to it.
I don't want to see Sal. It's Luton. Just play George. Bring Sal on half time if needs to be. And we have got five subs.
I'd rather bring Jorginho off the bench if we are struggling with Luton. I'd rather we do that.
Yeah, you have Kovacic on there. You can maybe do 20 minutes if he needs to, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to kill.
Yeah.
Front three. Lukaku. I just got this feeling that Lukaku's going to keep playing. We've seen him play against Chesterfield. We've seen him play in the lower league games. Do you think this is again a game that he will play just to try and build his confidence up?
You weren't even good against those teams, so yeah, I'd play him. Because he needs to fucking turn up against somebody.
Who'd you play behind him? Timo Werner?
Whatever two clowns we want to play there, in all honesty.
I don't think Kai Havertz plays tonight. I don't think, Hakim Ziyech is not available. There's only Christian Pulisic left to play. So I reckon he's out.
Pulisic. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, cool.
Because when you think about it, no Mason Mount, no Ziyech. You've only got Pulisic, Werner, Lukaku, and Havertz. But Havertz played fucking 120 minutes. You can't be getting him up there against Luton.
Yeah, no, Lukaku. It's just the front three. Like, I don't care. They're just gonna piss me off anyway. Whoever we put. I'm so done with our attack. Just get me to the end of the season and bin them all off. I'm tired of it.
I'll ask you a quick question. Who do you think deserves to still be at Chelsea next season from what you've seen in the forward line?
Havertz, Mount, Cho on loan for me. I wouldn't sell, but I'd loan. Everyone else, if there's a bid for them, they can fuck off. Ziyech as well. Because he's at least shown that in a back four you can get something out of him. The problem is playing him in a free.
Harvey
Val. So Ziyech, Havertz, Cho, Mount. So basically the front three here can fuck off.
Are you that annoyed with Pulisic? You done with him now?
I'm not annoyed. It's just he ain't going to be the player we want off him. And it's whatever. All the injuries have got to him. And I feel like he's playing a bit too safe. He isn't as explosive as he once was. And just ain't dealing with 50-50s well enough for me. So, nah. Lukaku just doesn't suit us. Respectfully, I get rid. Werner's just a fucking stormtrooper.
Werner's just Werner, isn't he?
Yeah.
What
Like,
about Harvey
for
Vale?
whatever he is, he can't finish.
Maybe Harvey Vale plays tonight. Maybe we drop Pulisic and we play him with Lukaku.
I wouldn't mind. Give a youth player a run out. I have tried to have faith in this.
We'll keep Timo. We'll keep him.
Yeah, of course you want to keep Timo. I didn't say keep Cho. I said loan Cho. I don't want Cho in the squad next season, but I trust him with a loan spell at least.
Wait, do you say keep Cho as well, though?
Loan Cho. Don't keep him.
That's impossible for him because he's on like 180k a week. I think.
Well, we got to pay part of those wages.
Who's gonna pay him?
I don't know. Someone can pay.
It's only 120, Chris.
The other half.
Apparently, it's 180. I hear.
No, it's 120.
Yeah.
Still,
that's an average wage. That's an average wage in our team.
That's not an average wage.
Yeah, in our team, it's an average wage.
Mason Mount's on less. Reece James is on less. Christensen's on less. Like,
yeah.
There's a lot of players.
And the rest of the team is on more.
No, like the experienced older ones, yeah. Like, the ones we paid a lot of money for. Yeah, of course they are.
No, Pulisic is on more. Kepa's on more.
Yeah, because we paid a lot for them.
And Jorginho is about the same. Alonso is about the same. Ziyech is about the same. And Werner, Lukaku, Kante.
I don't even know what Kovacic is on because, like, we didn't pay a lot for him.
Yeah, he's on 150, I think.
Right,
at 100, about 100, 120 would be the average because of the names you mentioned.
Cho, Werner, Vale as a front three, but then who plays as your wing back? That makes no sense. Like,
I think Vale will play wing back.
Who?
Really?
Yeah, and I think actually Saul got a run.
What about
one from free?
What about JFK?
JFK.
Back in a sec, guys.
All right, cool. Cho, Philly, Timo, front three, Sal, Kennedy, wing backs, Georgie, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, pivot.
Where's
Rudy,
Lewis Hall, by the way?
Huh?
Where's Lewis Hall?
Lewis Hall, I can't put him on there because he's not on FIFA's thing. So
yeah, well, you just put some random there, and that's Lewis Hall.
I couldn't put him in.
Just put some random blonde kid
another hole.
I couldn't be bothered to change it, so I was like, do you know what? I'll leave the two blank on the left, and we've got Lewis Hall and we've got Kennedy.
Surely Kennedy's in FIFA, isn't he?
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Hey, we have that team and Lewis Hall like link up. We've got it all covered then.
QNTV Kazim, what are you saying, my man?
What do you want to, which topic we're talking about here? Because I'm getting confused, man.
We're talking about this team lineup. Tell me, what you expecting? Because we have got a lot of injuries. We haven't got the likes of Ziyech, Mount, Silva, Christensen, Chalobah. There's a lot of players. Reece James is not going to start. There's a lot of players missing.
Yeah, I mean,
but you can't say Kazim.
Big up to you, Alex. Big up to everyone, man. I hope everyone all right. I mean, first of all, let's start with the bad news with Roman, man. For the latest news, the Russian is about 20 to 30 miles away from you, so it's not getting any better soon. So yeah, that is the bad news in it about Roman. But yeah. I think we've got a game on Saturday against Burnley away, and Burnley right now playing very, very well. I'm not gonna lie, and it's gonna be tough. And last night I was in my channel. I said that Luton game is gonna be tough. I think Tuchel is gonna go strong, man. I think Callum is gonna play wing back, man. I've got a feeling because you bought Callum there already, yeah.
Callum's on the right wing back, yeah.
Yeah, I think I think Ruben and Jorginho will start in the middle, and maybe Sisa as wing back, man. I think so.
What about the left side? Because we are struggling with players. Obviously, Kennedy hasn't kicked a ball yet. If he's going to play, you would assume it would potentially be this game, wouldn't you?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. He could play. He can play as a wing back as well. I think he's done it before.
Can do. We've got Lewis Hall playing. I think Lewis Hall will play tonight.
Do you think he'll play?
Yeah, I think he played well against Chesterfield. And he was training with him today. So I think Tuchel will give him the opportunity in the game.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I fancy Jorginho and Ruben is starting, man.
Would you play a back three or a back four? Like, how would you play it?
It'd be back three, man, 100%. Because it's going to be a tricky one, Jim. It's not going to be straightforward that game. That game is not going to be treated. It's a championship team. You know Nottingham Forest, what they did to Leicester and Arsenal. It's not going to be straightforward, bro. And obviously, we're pretty much the league is done. We're out with the League Cup. So the only FA Cup, the Champions League, and top four we're fighting for. This is going to go strong from now on, man. That's what I would say.
I hear you. What are you saying, Winter Surfer? How you been? Chelsea yard sale. What's happening?
Are you just gonna skip me or okay?
Yeah.
You're not there.
I'm not skipping you. I'm coming back to you in a bit. Don't worry.
Always let the best go first, then the runners up. Alex, you know that.
Don't wind him up. He starts sulking.
he knows I'm not. He can take it. Yeah, just hearing a load of.
There's a guy with. Never mind.
Hey, shut up, man.
We'll come to you next. Go on.
There is I'm just listen. I think we're going to see a lot of changes tonight. You'll probably see lights of Harvey Bell, Lewis Hall, Malang Star. I think Jorginho will play because he only played half an hour. Ruben, Saul, stuff like that. Oh,
And
no,
that's
shit.
his level.
Barkley. Ah, shit. He'll probably get on the pitch as well tonight. But yeah, I've just been smiling, listening to all the other fans with the Chelsea horror stories about how, we're going to basically they won't hear the opposite argument that maybe if we do get sold, we'll still be okay. It's always doom and gloom, as you probably heard yourself, guys. So, but it's good to focus on a football match tonight, even though Luton Town is what's the word I can describe it? A hellhole. I think I'll describe it as.
Yeah.
Luton as itself is a hellhole.
Not a great record there, Andrew, as well. Not got a great record there. We haven't got a great record there.
Yeah, but Jem, we're not talking about in the last 5 years. We're talking like in the last 50 years or something.
Well, we're going back to 1950, 60. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We're not talking about 6 months ago. Listen. I don't expect it to be. I think it'll be. I still think it'll be a tricky tie still because it is. They are in the championship. They are in the championship. Remember, they are up in the championship, so it's not like last year when we faced them. But I still expect us to go through comfortably in the end. Go on, Alex.
Well, first of all, yes, I am just woke up. I still have 3 sips of coffee only.
Good morning.
Another thing is, I would like to address Derek. Fuck you in the chat. His name is Derek F. Well, I'm assuming it's fuck because that's his last name. So that is fuck. I was when Roman Abramovich joined Chelsea in '98. That's when I started following Chelsea. You freaking wank. Will you support Chelsea?
Take it easy, Alex. Take it easy.
That's always nice to wake up to those kind of comments from.
Just ignore them, Alex. They always happen, mate. You know what it's like. So go on.
But I think JFK should be on the left, playing left wing back. Lukaku can play, that's his level. Jorginho, that's his level. Probably Barkley will be.
I forgot about Barkley.
Yeah. Barkley will be his level. I think we'll play a lot of youngsters. But.
Ruben will play us his level.
Shush. Ruben is world class.
Just not of this world.
I don't know. Well, look at the Elon Musk already over there. Can't wait for everybody to call us Mars FC. You freaking idiot.
Yeah, the away leg. Yeah.
I would love
You don't like the idea of our stadium floating in the air in the future? Come on, man. We have Tesla on us.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Mars FC
The
can't
best.
freaking wait, man. Can't freaking wait. The guy cannot even keep his companies running properly. He has to rely on investors all the time, man. He will be
That's
exposed.
because he wants to
sooner
go
or
Mars, Alex.
That actually explains a lot when scientifically you cannot move to Mars.
Our new stadium's gonna be on Mars. That's when we're
I
gonna
know. It was gonna be visited
just
by
gonna be cool.
Martians because there ain't no Chelsea fans going there.
No, Klasrev is from there, so it's a home fixture.
Yeah, let somebody else talk. I gotta answer a phone call.
All right, let's go to Real Chris. What you saying, Real Chris?
What the lineup and everything, and
Yeah,
like,
just look back there.
well, we know it's
Look
gonna
a
be
bit-
like a whitewash, or like it's gonna be easy, like it's only Lewin, but like, I wouldn't play Jorginho because I don't think we really need him. I would like people said, like Sal and like Ruben together. Like I've seen Sal play. He's had good games. He's had bad games. He probably will have a good game against Lewin. Who knows? He actually might score his first goal. I think Cho at wing back is good as well, but I would have Lewis Hall like your left flank. Yeah, Lewis Hall left. I would have Timo on the left as well. You know, that link up of him and Lewis Hall was actually pretty good. They both have pace, like a lot of pace into there. Like Pulisic on the right because he can play on the right. I would have. Who's on the back? Sa, Rudy. Who's the left centre back?
The left centre back is Lewis Hall.
Well, who's the left wing back then?
Kennedy. They're
Kennedy.
just invisible. You can't see them. They're there.
I don't think Kennedy's going to play no, because has he even
Well,
played?
if
No,
he
he
can't
hasn't.
play this game, Chris. He might as well. He's not going to play any game, is he?
Yeah, exactly. I think there's zero
Yeah.
point in him being at Chelsea. Honestly, like I don't see him playing. I don't know why we bring him back. God knows why. Like just him like hold medals. I don't know. I'm trying to think of left backs, and we have Alonso. Yeah, I think it might be Alonso actually. I really think it's gonna be Alonso. I think. Yeah, like I just think it's gonna be an easy game with it all, like as well. Like I think we gotta like rest a bunch of players, like our midfield mainly, because we are losing like players, like getting injured. We've seen Kovacic get injured as well, like in game, but luckily it wasn't too serious. So yeah, we need to be careful as well, like stuff like that. Lukaku probably will play as well, I think, because he hasn't played much lately, like fully. So bring him on for that, and Timo definitely plays, I think.
I mean, this is probably Lukaku's level at the moment, isn't it? So if he can't score
It's
against
not-
Lewin,
it's
then
not.
we're stuck.
Isn't come on, like the Club World Cup, he saved us for that, like he got 2
Yeah, he's
goals in
level.
that game. It's level.
Shit team,
That
yeah.
those games weren't easy though.
Well, the Al Hilal one was that. They were shocking.
I think if you feed Lukaku, okay, he isn't like the best like technical and like and all that stuff. Of course not, like, but like if you feed him chances and everything, and we can like work a system around him. He is a good striker. He can score goals. We've
Sounds
seen
like a baby. Feed him chances. We feed him his baby.
But if he's in, like, say example, Man City, and he's getting those chances, what Sterling gets, he's bagging goals. Like, he's getting those goals and everything. So, I think it's about that. Like, we have to work a system. And Lukaku has to work harder. I agree. Lukaku's not like, doing everything perfect. He's not doing perfect as well. Like, he's
pocketed.
not being that great.
You probably get pocketed by like this Luton defender that's like 35 years old or something. It's just a bit, do you know what I mean? It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
It could, I know we're going back, but the Liverpool game as well. Like, that goal to me should have stood, and that would have been a great goal as well. And that's like what Lukaku can do. You're feeding the chances as well as like if Chalobah.
It's not that though, Chris. We don't play against teams that play that stupid high line like Liverpool do every day. That's the problem.
Yeah, I do agree. Yeah.
If we started counting offside goal, wouldn't Werner be like one of our top goal scorers?
No, but I'm saying that to me that I don't believe that's offside. I don't believe that's offside. I'm not saying.
I know,
that's
but like
offside.
everyone's talking about the offside goal. Like Havertz scored a goal in that game too. That
It's
was pretty
gone
close
free.
Yeah,
to.
because that was actually offside though.
Yeah,
Like,
so
like,
Lukaku's
it's clear offside.
was
that's
as
what I'm
well.
saying. No, it was, but I don't believe it should have been. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying with Lukaku. It shouldn't have been offside because
Werner had heaps of them, didn't he?
Look, Werner gets offside with a hand as well before, and I thought it was stupid as well. Like you can't score with your hand, so that's what it is. But yeah, I think it's almost perfect that team anyway.
All right, let's go to Declared. What are you saying, Mr. Declared?
Thanks everyone. Sorry, Chris, for butting in on your one. I couldn't help myself. Yeah, everyone is talking about those goals, and it goes to show a fine margin between what that line represents. What Lukaku could have been the hero or not. Just couldn't get over that slight line. That was the difference. But man, with the mindset of the formation that I want on the players to start is I want just players to have a physical and mental rest. So as many youngsters that you can get on this pitch, the better for me. Or what you got out there. You know what? I even think Saul might play the front three because I think that happened to him the last time he played. One of the front threes. I'd like to see him on. Even Barkley get a game. Jorginho didn't play much, so I can see him starting. I think we have no choice with Hudson-Odoi. I wish we can get Rudiger a rest. It's crazy the amount of games he's played. And maybe even the third keeper.
We ain't got no choice
mean-
though, declared, because we're missing Christensen, we're missing Chalobah, we're missing Aspie, Silver's
Yeah.
not playing.
I think we
What we
I
do?
think we turn to some youngsters. I know it's really gun ho and probably knock us out, but bro, I just want to rest for the team.
Let's just put Winter Surfer at the back. It'll take him out, innit? Do you know what I mean? It'll take him against Luton.
But it's going to be great to see Lukaku battle with some Luton defenders. It's always good.
They'll backpocket him.
Hey, Winter Surfer.
They'll love it.
I know, like it's gonna be battle. By the way, where are we playing? At the bridge or Mars?
We're playing
the
at
Mars?
Luton. Playing at Luton.
Okay.
Luton.
Yeah, playing
Might
at
as
Luton,
well be a Mars.
Well, some people that live in Luton are from Mars.
I can't
They
believe
are,
people
yeah.
are so attention
know-
seekers. Elon
It-
Musk, for fuck's sake, Elon Musk, man.
Hey, do you guys remember an old commercial?
Elon Musk, isn't he? He's funny. Yeah, go on.
There used to be
Yeah,
an old
because-
commercial where the aliens kidnapped all the best soccer players, and the commercial of that. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
And they took them to play in like an arena. That's exactly what you're talking about, Alex. The Mars arena. That's exactly how that would be.
Imagine
But
that.
yeah, I'll-
This is funny.
Imagine that. So the next away game is Chelsea on Mars. It's just a straight
That's the
3-week
future,
trip
bro.
there and back.
Big up, Lee Bell. Big up, Lee Bell.
That's it. Big up, yeah. Look, I just hope we can get a win because I mean, all this talk about Roman and stuff is gonna overshadow the game as well.
I
And
gotta
it's gonna be a
address
daunting
Derek. Fuck you
week.
again. Can I address Derek? Fuck you again.
Why do you address the Alex?
Just ignore it.
No,
It's gonna keep
I'll-
messaging you.
Alex, read the comment section, man.
Oh,
Love it.
Ignore him.
Alex, you're really hurting about Roman Abramovich. Damn. Well, if you Chelsea fan and you're not hurting, that's a question for
normal.
you, man, not for me, man.
Not normal, mate. Exactly.
We can assume Derek isn't, yeah.
Well, his last name is fuck you, so I don't know.
Go on, Clint. Go on, mate. Finish what you got.
That's all basically as I say. There's not much detail. It's more what's happening outside the game is what I'm.
Yeah.
What's
Well,
more
we're going to
important,
get
I
to that
guess.
after we spoke to Nick Blue quickly. We've got
Yeah.
20 odd minutes or so. Go on, Nick Blue. What you saying?
Yeah, big up, chaps, everyone on the panel. Even Lewis, as you don't like me, but big up to you. Anyway,
I don't hate you.
no, anyway, don't worry about it. I have
Did
no
you
right
criticize
to-
Christensen? Nick Blue, did you cross
Anyway,
that line?
Declare, can you go back to go down under when you?
Were you gonna tell me go back to your
start-
country? That's not very like you.
all these joking is no good. I'm very, very. I've been annoyed since what's happening, and I hear a lot of shit everywhere about Roman. I'm really pissed off with some of our fans, man. I can't believe it. First of all, Roman, he ain't gonna go that easy. He might not even go. He might not have to go. But you can't, criticize him because of that bloody beauty. I keep saying it. It's nothing to do with that regime. Roman, he loves Chelsea. He's a fan. He's not just an owner. He's a fan like you or me. He's a fan. He loves Chelsea. He loves Chelsea Football Club. And if he does go, I'm sure he knows what he's going to do. He will put it into capable hands. He ain't going to let any stupid Dick and Harry have the club. That's for sure. That's the first thing I want to say. We have to get up there and shout for Roman, like I keep saying, but no one does. Anyway, let's go back to the Luton game. This Luton game tonight is very important. It's not as easy as you lot think. We need a good team out, otherwise we began out like Spursy last night. So me, I will have Sar, Rudiger, and Chalobah at the back.
Chalobah's
Kepa
injured.
goal.
Is it Chalobah fit?
No.
Chalobah hurt his dick, man. Give him
Yeah,
a rest.
give him a
Yeah,
give him a
Chalobah's
few days,
alright.
guys.
they gave him
I forgot
a
about-
stitch for every inch.
Chalobah's still-
Every inch.
Yeah, he's
What
got a
pansy,
big
man.
problem.
He had
Anyway,
he had
so who we're gonna
emergency
have to-
crown jewel surgery.
Yeah,
Looks
Like
like
the cup final.
Aspie has to play them.
Aspie, no, give him a
That's
rest.
injured, bro.
Man's just got a
He's
tummy ache. I
injured,
don't
man.
want to hear it.
Someone has to. Who's going to be there? We can't have
Christensen
anyone.
over his headache.
Christensen is out.
He had a serious
He's in
Achilles
Barcelona
injury.
already training. He's already training with Barcelona squad.
The contract Achilles
So
injury.
it could be.
Deadly
We're
one.
going to have a youngster there, but looks like Rudiger has to play because there's no one else.
What about
Silva,
Lewis
you have
Hall?
to-
Yeah, but he'll play at left back if he's going to play. He's not gonna play
Apparently centre back because he did play centre back last time, didn't he?
No, he played left wing. He played.
No, he played centre back. Remember? He played
Sa-
left centre back. He just bumped
Sa
up a lot. That's
played-
why probably thought he's
He
left
played
back.
left.
I think
no, he
Sal
played-
will be left back and Alonso left wing back tonight. And like I said, Rudiger has to play because we need someone there with experience. Silva has to have a little rest. He deserves it.
Injured, isn't it?
Silva, he's not injured.
He's not
He's
playing.
not injured,
Honestly,
but
he's
he's
not playing.
he's,
He's not
he's
playing.
worn
You're
out.
not going to allow Thiago Silva to play at Luton. Right, so.
Yeah. There's
I
levels.
would-
Yeah? There's
I wouldn't be surprised if he starts anyway, but I don't think so. He's got to be rested. And in the middle, you know, we need a good midfield. For me, it's got to be Kovacic and Jorginho.
No way Kovacic
and that-
plays, bro. There's no way he plays. It'll be Sowell and or
Sal or
Ruben.
Ruben.
Or Ruben will be there.
Do you
no
think?
way.
All right, maybe,
Yeah,
but you
because-
never know.
Cover
This
was limping when he came off.
Andrew. Yeah, but
he-
this is the FA Cup, and it's
I
getting to
understand that.
quarterfinals.
I agree with Jorginho. I think he will play,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying I
Yeah.
don't think Kovacic or Kante will
Yeah,
even be on the bench.
maybe
I
you're
think
right.
Sowell
Yeah,
or Ruben.
but we need to
Hey.
win this game. That's why I said we don't, think Luton are gonna be easy because they're not.
I agree. I just don't. Cover was limping when he came off. He was limping when he came off the other day, and I think not to risk him. Burnley, if we're all being realistic, Burnley is a more important game to bring him back.
A harder
Yeah.
game and a harder game away to Burnley.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but we still need to win. This is a route to another final.
I agree. Yeah,
Agreed.
I mean,
That's
we
why-
always do quite well in these FA Cups anyway,
Yeah.
or cup competitions.
And
so-
we need, we have to get another trophy for Roland before he goes. If he goes,
He might not be here because the news at the moment is that Roman Abramovich is hoping to start a bidding war for Chelsea FC. It's like we become an auction now. Whoever's give it to the highest bidder, you know.
So where you get that information, Jim?
Right in front of your face
Yeah,
Can't be
from
arsed.
Miguel
double-
Delaney on
double-
the Independent.
yeah. Don't believe all this rubbish. I don't believe it.
Don't get me wrong. A lot of this stuff I take like a pinch of salt. Don't you?
But it
Yeah,
is,
I don't
it's not,
believe
the
none of
sale rumours aren't
They're
just
all
coming
the
from one
same
place.
shit.
They're coming from multiple sources.
Yeah.
All I can say is it's not 100% that Roman is gonna get sanctions, but I think
Yeah,
it's
exactly. Exactly.
hold on a second. But I think it's the risk the Roman cannot take.
Yeah.
And
I
Alex,
agree.
you know,
So,
also, is also
The
risk
reason why
there's-
he might will sell it is because of the risk, not because of the probability.
I agree.
No, but
Alex, and also,
let me
also, Alex,
let me
there's
ask
no-
you. Don't you think a Roman's son can take over, or he won't
No,
be
no,
able?
It's
no,
still
that's
no,
not-
no,
It's
no,
still
no, no.
Roman's money.
It's
Yeah.
still
Listen,
well,
listen.
Yeah,
Listen, it's also a fact that we still don't know if sanctions coming in and when they're going to come in. So this is not an
Yes.
ordinary sale. So
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
remember, he's got to look. And
Yeah.
remember,
Yeah.
normal sale, he would look out. The number one priority would be look out for Chelsea, honestly. But with a sale like this, he's also got to look out for his future and his family's future as well.
exactly.
That's more.
I think
that's number one
people,
priority
I
instead of
think
us.
people put in it that sale of the house has to do with sanctions. People
No.
what don't understand, what I really try to put across, and people don't really get it because here's how, like, if you want like the purpose of sanctions is to get to Putin, right? As 120 billionaires in Russia, and
Yeah.
all of them are supposed to be close to Putin, which is
Mhm.
technically fake news. They all, of course, close to the president, but not like we think we are. But anyway, to get matter what I was trying to put it across is to hurt actual Putin, you can't, because the way he built the structure around it, the sanctions will not affect Putin and whatsoever. The sanctions will
laugh at
hurt
them.
the
He'll laugh at
they
them.
already laughing at him because in the back doors they made the $50 billion thing with China, with India, And with Europe, the gas is still buying it. Europe's still buying gas, and they like what they doing is they pretty much like making an appearance of sanctions. Like, oh, we're going after billionaires, but this is not the asset. Do you think Chelsea FC it's Abramovich asset? It's not. It's his hobby. What his asset is gas. It's aluminum, which they cannot touch because it's not in England.
Gas from it.
You see what I'm saying? So you can't sanction him to hurt him. You sanction his house. What the hell? That's his house. The guy is not gonna. He has houses more than he has probably hair on
He's gonna
Andrew's
start
head.
anyway and get the
And
money.
he hasn't lived,
so-
and he hasn't lived in it for like
And
3 or
he's
4 years.
exactly. So I
Exactly,
think
so-
the understanding is not what actually. It's the appearance that people think that what sanctions are gonna do, but you can't. You literally can't because didn't be. And people start to saying like put the things that he did in the past. I know what he did in the past. I grew up in this era. Everybody was surviving that at that time.
Mhm.
So let's not like look. If you don't know Russia 90s, please don't speak because you don't know.
You got to do what you do to. You got to do what you got to do to survive.
Exactly. Like I mean, like I know they did it illegal stuff. I know they did it illegal stuff. But if I was at that thing, do you think I wouldn't do it? I will do the same thing to become a billionaire.
Mm.
Anyway,
Yeah, I hear that.
to get to the point, I don't think he wants to sell, and I don't think it is just a risk that it is there that he can lose. It's still 4 billion. You know what I'm saying? So it's a risk. It's a risk. That's why he will.
And like I said, that this is not a normal sale. This is not a normal sale like the Saudis buying Newcastle.
Exactly.
It's not like that. And plus, remember, it's still going to get approved by the Premier League as well. Any takeover. And we all know the politics in that, don't we? So,
The question I have is: do you think Roman has the time to find the suit, like the owner that he wants?
That's the problem.
Yeah, obviously, doesn't want. It's not about
We
money.
don't know how much time he has though.
But
we don't know.
that's what I mean. Could he be forced
Crazy
to?
thing.
Well,
Could he be forced to sell to just money?
All I can say, I was watching. What's his name? I was watching American president speech yesterday and
Joe
stuff.
Biden,
Oh yeah, Biden. I forgot his name.
Sleepy Joe.
He was like bidding fast. Oh, we're going for those oligarchs and his yachts. I was like, you freaking wallet. Yacht as the one that's gonna hurt Putin. Like people are gonna be pissed off because they took his toy, and they're gonna go and turn on Putin, who actually can kill him. You know what I'm saying?
Alex, is the same speech that he made that mistake where he called the Iranian people, the Ukrainian Iranian people?
Yeah, it's
he doesn't know where he is.
It's sad.
No,
The
you're
truth
right.
is, he doesn't.
And there's-
If he does sell the football club, it's not because he wants to. It's because
Exactly.
his lawyers are
I
advising
say
him
build the statue for the guy.
No,
Oh,
it's,
totally.
yeah,
Totally.
He
he's
deserves
in a
the
posi-
statue in the
Yeah,
Stamford
he
Bridge.
does.
He's in a position where his lawyers are saying to him, "Look, you could get these heavy sanctions. They could come tomorrow. Do you really want to
Exactly.
risk losing everything?" And that's what's in the back of his mind.
It's
right?
not
So
risk.
protect-
It's not risk losing everything. I think for
It's to
the
protect
you can,
yourself legally.
It's
No,
the
no, no.
protection for
The
the
sa-
club.
yeah. Because
Yeah.
if sanctions come in, football club is closed.
Yep.
Everybody out of work. Everybody is out.
That's why I said
Then-
again. He's trying to
then
protect his
lawyers
football club again.
Then
You know what I mean?
lawyers start talking.
Yeah.
With the lawyers, you don't know what you're gonna get because it's international court. But at the same time, it will not help Chelsea. We're already gonna be in the second division. I think what Abramovich is doing is not only selling because it's high risk. He doesn't want that thing to be at the Chelsea on the Chelsea in the first place. He really does love this club. Love this club.
He does. He
And
does. He puts the club first. Again, this is why I keep saying to him, this him selling it. All right, he probably doesn't want to have a loss. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, the bigger picture is that he's protecting this football club, and he's continuously done that for this 20 years. I don't think emotionally he doesn't want to sell it. He's just being forced into a position where he doesn't want to drag the club into his shit. Basically, is what it is.
Look at this. He also have an opportunity to actually. The funny part is he can sell majority of the stocks and keep like 24%, and that will keep him at the club. And if he can take over when the shit becomes normal, he can how you say it, become a majority by buying it back.
Yeah.
He can become a minor, so we will not get under section, get away from Chelsea, and then he can just buy back like the other previous owners did.
Could he do that with giving it to the fans?
No.
Ooh, I would not do that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine Rory running the shit?
Oh god.
No, give it to
Not
me.
like that.
I'll just re-sign AC and Rudiger.
That's the
It's
problem.
more
That's the
the
problem
it's
why
more the
we shouldn't
Dortmund
give
model
it.
and stuff like that.
What do you mean,
The
bro?
way
That's the problem.
Percentage.
Emotional, like you signing Christensen. That'd be the
This,
problem.
I'm looking after the long-term investment of this club, mate.
Of you. That's what
You're gonna give him like
Oh,
500
so what?
quid.
The club wouldn't benefit from AC and Rudiger at the club for another 8 years.
Rudiger, yeah. Rudiger,
How much you gonna give AC then?
Yeah, come on.
Everything he
500k
can
a
get.
week.
How much?
500k a week.
Yeah, exactly.
See again. Unbelievable.
Hey Lewis, the stuff you've been through with Christensen, you're better off just sacking him as soon as you get in power. He's put you through a lot. You just get there, and then you're gonna offer him this contract. You just tell him get the hell out. You get me a headache.
First of all, I'll
Get his
cancel.
point.
If I will, I will cancel
Can't be
everybody's season tickets.
Ah,
That's the
what I
first
do
thing
to
I'll-
you, bro?
Do you mean no? Sorry. Do you mean like they don't
And
pay
I'll
for the
and
match,
it will
so-
it will be eBay season tickets. Like every game is on eBay, highest bidder for highest seat.
Okay. Yeah.
And a free trip
And
to
the
Mars.
box is gonna be like UFC. Like I'm gonna put like, you want a box? This is the guy that challenged for the box seat. You want to go again? Here's
You gotta
octagon
face
for
Diego
you.
Costa.
That is true right there,
I'm gonna-
Josh. That is true. I agree, 100%.
Are you crazy, mate? My guy had a serious Achilles
This
injury.
guy has a headache and he doesn't play for 2 weeks.
Are you,
Let alone
Josh? Are
lose.
you serious? A month? It's more
Come
like
on,
6
man.
months.
The
More like 6
migraines are
months.
painful, bro.
6 months. Actually,
Migraines
AC
are
walks around like he hasn't got one anyway, so he's probably not affected.
I can't lie, like migraines and stuff like that. Just couldn't play that.
Well,
I
I
don't
tell
know
you,
how-
when he resigns, I'm coming for all of you lot.
Pause.
He ain't resigning. We told
Why are you
you.
making a stream today saying that he's
Hey, Lewis.
99% going? That makes no sense.
Because that's what the news that's come out has been saying, so I have
Have
to
you
report
accepted
on
your
it. It doesn't
defeat?
mean that I
Have you
believe
accepted
it.
your loss?
You have a new players
Accepted your
lined
loss
up?
again.
Yeah, what's your who
your
naming
new
the
favourite player.
penitentiary after next? Who you naming the
What?
penitentiary after next?
I have said the contingency plan, if the unthinkable happens and the Danish Maldini moves on, is that we will be renovating and changing to the Reece James Penitentiary.
Oh, that's good. Good player at the back.
Should have backed him in the first place. Why are you backing this nonsense? Makes
I
no
always
sense.
backed Reece James, but like the penitentiary was for
Reece
Maldini. Like
He's back from
James is
injury.
good and everything, but we're talking
Why
about
not?
Maldini's
Give it to
literal
Christian.
He made
rehab.
Titus Bramble.
Let me
More
ask you,
like-
what do you think if Thiago Silva performs just like this? Are we going for another 8-year?
Yeah,
extension?
Silva
He's
could play
signed
for
on,
2
isn't he?
years,
He's
bro.
already signed on, Alex.
He could.
I seriously so freaking shocked by this guy.
know,
I reckon
right?
he could be at the age of 42 like Maldini was and still play. I'm not even joking. Like he
Well, he
could do it.
didn't he?
No,
When he
the
first-
fact is that that clearance from the goal line from Salah. What was Kovacic doing, jogging his butt cheeks back
It
versus
wasn't just
Thiago
Kovacic.
Silva out running?
I think it's Rudy and Kante as well. Like he outbeat all of them.
Alex,
Yeah.
Alex,
don't know how.
Did you read when he first signed that he changed his training style and diet when he first?
I
joined?
read it, but did you
He-
read
he-
it?
Yeah,
He
I
does
read
the
it.
same post-match recovery routine that
Yeah.
Cristiano
So
Ronaldo
you
does.
just
That's
read
why
it.
they
You
got
didn't,
the same
you didn't take
longevity.
it as advice, did you? Because I didn't.
Hey, I've lost this one.
Anyways, guys,
Love you, man.
I need to get your
I
score
know.
predictions.
Oh,
What's the-
well.
Need to get your score predictions for today, Lewis. What are you saying?
1-0
think Thiago
Chelsea,
Silva
and we
should
make
give
it unthinkably hard for
that diet
ourselves.
to Lukaku,
1-0.
Andrew?
What?
Do you think
Something,
that Thiago Silva should give advice to Lukaku about his diet?
yes. I told you, man. Just Eat and Deliveroo are not in Italy. I'm just going to tell you right now, right? They're just not there.
What about
Alright,
Uber Eats?
Oh, look. UK wants the sanctions. Just give him Chelsea's biggest asset. 100 mil, man. Just give it to them.
Guys,
We're giving it to Barcelona for free. It's bullshit.
Alex,
He said
score
asset,
predictions.
not ass.
Yeah, 5-0.
Man, Andrew, fuck you, innit?
Jennifer Dino is gonna
Jennifer
score
Dino.
3 penalties.
This is so fun.
Jem isn't not going tonight. He hasn't mentioned it 10 times. I ain't going to the game tonight. No, if that's what you're asking, Craig. David, what are you saying, Andrew?
5-0 Milan Sar hat-trick.
Somebody put it in the chat. Jennifer Screamer. Oh,
No,
he's
really,
gonna scream by
3-0,
hurting his
3-0,
foot when he hits the ball hard.
Real Chris.
1-0 Luton. Fuck Wembley.
Yeah, fair enough. Declared.
Shit. Stop. Taken back by Chris's one. 3-1. Lukaku hat trick. So all the Lukaku support comes out again so we can bring it back a notch down the next game against Burnley.
Hey, he had more than 7 touches at Wembley.
Yeah,
I was counting too.
There's
I actually started counting
touches.
them.
You leave those touches alone.
It's bad. I started counting this time.
I'm going with 8-0 Timo Werner to 8 goals. That's what I'm doing.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Lol.
If that happens.
Imagine that.
Jesus Christ. Real Chris.
Yeah, Timo Werner scored 8 goals against Luton. That would be funny, wouldn't it? Can you
Chris will
imagine?
be in a coma if that happens. Jesus.
Anyway, guys, make sure you smash the like button as always. We're not even at 100 likes here. Listen, get it to 100 likes. Come on, still over 160 of you here. Let's get it over 100 likes. If you haven't hit the like button, do so. Subscribe as well. We're 20 away from 4.6k subscribers.
Smash the like button or Mike Ashley takes over.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Smash it! Mike Ashley takes over if you do not smash the like button. Smash it!
Has he even got $1 billion?
Oh my god, that went up like 20 when he done that.
There we go.
Listen, big up everyone as always, and the panels, all Lewis, Alex, Winter Surfer, Chris, Declared, Nick, everyone else that was in as well. Every viewer that's here today as well, big up to you. So hopefully Chelsea win comfortably and Roman doesn't go anywhere and we won't have to think of people like the man on the moon taking us over, hopefully. But let's see what happens and I'll be back again probably tomorrow, man. I'll probably be back tomorrow. So peace out, take care of yourselves, enjoy your day, and we'll talk again very soon. See you later.
AC's a bum.
Andrew, I'll fuck yourself.
Andrew is a wallet.
Oh, good.